Hello my beautiful book friends, and welcome to the first fall vlog of 2024. It is here. I cannot believe I'm actually filming the first fall vlog of the year. As you can tell from my shelves in my TBR cart, I have been ready for fall for quite some time now. I am so tired of this heat, but what sparked me to want to go ahead and get ready for fall is that I'm actually hosting a readathon over on Patreon this week where it is called Summerween, and we're basically just jumping ahead on our fall reads for the year. I feel like there's never enough time to read fall books. So we're gonna read some fall books this week to get ahead on our autumnal reading. Fall is officially here. People are back in school, Starbucks has their drinks, so it literally must be fall now. The next thing on my agenda is to very quickly show you a small amount of fall things that I've already been collecting, but obviously the most important thing on the agenda is to finally get into some fall reads. Tonight we are actually doing sprints. Wednesday we are actually doing a craft night, which I will share with you what I'm making then. And then we're also doing a movie night where I'm watching Beetlejuice for the first time, and I'm gonna document it and tell you guys what I think. I chose very general prompts to leave it open to give me the chance to mood read this week because I had no idea what I was gonna feel like reading. But the first prompt is to read a thriller or a horror book, and I decided to pick up, yes, another Darcy book. I'm full on obsessed at this point, and I'm also gonna be fulfilling the next prompt, which is to read a book with a ghost in the title or a ghost on the cover. So I'm doubling up on prompts for this one. I'm very excited about this one. It's about two friends who find a Polaroid and somehow are haunted by this camera. They are seeing weird things in the pictures they are taking. Next we have orange on the cover, which I realize is definitely stretching things a bit, but I have to read Foxglove, you guys. Wisteria comes out tomorrow. I'm getting my edition from Blackwell's. It's already shipped like last week, so I'm hoping that means it actually gets here tomorrow, but I have yet to read Foxglove, and it does have orange on the cover because of the fox. So we are gonna try to squeeze this 450-page book into one readathon week. And the last prompt is to read a book that is set during fall or takes place on Halloween. I actually had a different book chosen for this prompt, but I ended up going with 9 Lives and Alibis. This is, I think, number 7 in the Cat Cafe mystery cozy mystery series. It has been a very hot minute since I picked up a cozy mystery, but I honestly feel like fall is the perfect time to pick one up. I don't think I've actually read a single one this year. This takes place on Halloween in October. It's near a harbor in Salem, Massachusetts. There's a girl named Maddie, I think, who owns the B&B, and there's like this medium guy who ends up staying there. But I am totally here for it because there's a cat on the cover. It's also orange, but honestly I'm not too worried about my reads this week. I did not read a ton in July, and I've barely read anything in August, so I just want to take this week to enjoy what I'm reading. So these are my reads for the week. We are reading very diversely this week with a fantasy, horror, and a cozy mystery, but all of these I'm genuinely very excited about. But before we start getting into all the decorating and the reading, I thought it would be fun to quickly share with you all of the things that I've accumulated so far. All of these things will be listed in my Amazon favorite storefront. I have an autumn list, and a lot of this stuff you can find over there unless I say otherwise. First things first, we have to talk about my newest book haul because this book I just got and unwrapped today. It is beautiful. This is from the Owl Crate Young Adult Edition, and it is so pretty. It is a gothic vampire story. Look at these edges. Are you actually kidding me right now? Do you guys see that? And then the top and bottom both look like this with the moons. You take off the dust jacket and it looks like this. You have this beautiful black foiling and a completely different design on the back, which is super cool. We have some vampire artwork on the end pages as well. Some very creepy vibes happening right now. And then the inside of the reversible dust jacket is just the girl, I guess, is the main character. I was not so sure I was gonna like this. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna skip this month. And then I'm kind of glad that I did forget to skip because honestly, this book is stunning. Next, I have two things that I picked up from Target. One of them being Olive and June press-on nails. I have never gotten as many comments or compliments on my nails as when I wore these last year. I don't know if you guys can really fully see how cool these are. We're doing our nails this week because we're trying to get all the fall vibes that we can. I also picked up this really pretty orange throw blanket for $5 in the dollar section. I do have plans to use this for something specific later, but I couldn't pass this up because it felt like the perfect thing I needed for that surprise later. So I will be keeping this nice and neat until I'm going to be using it, but I feel like it's going to be the perfect lightweight blanket because it is still really hot here. The first thing that I have that I did not actually open yet is these plastic bats, which you can see on the back of my wall. I was dumb last year and I left the tape on the backs of all of them, which of course when you pull them apart there's going to be residue and they're all dirty, but good thing that 120 of these is only $6. But this was like my favorite part of decorating last year, and if you guys really like the look of these as well, they are super cheap. The next item I'm not so sure that I actually like. I think I just got them because I think they were like $4 each or something. They are these pumpkin pillow covers. They're not exactly my style, but they might be a style for someone else, but they're actually really soft, and I do have two pillows that I can change out the cover for, so I have two of these, and like I said, they were very cheap. I just thought the pumpkins were fun and it's a cheap way to decorate your couch. The next thing that is probably my favorite purchase that was only $9. I wanted to get an orange color, but I ended up with this cream color. This is not only a plastic pumpkin, but this is actually one of those snackle boxes, which is so cool. So you can take the top off and then you have all of the compartments on the inside for 3 different snacks. Not only that, but you can turn this upside down and you can put like your popcorn on the top with all of your little snacks on the bottom. This is the cutest thing ever. The last thing that I got off Amazon, which I have worn in a recent video, is these brick red colored overalls. I have been wanting a pair of like orange corduroy overalls, but I haven't been able to find any that I could safely roll up at the bottom. I'm less than 5'2", and I felt like any of the styles I was finding was not going to be good enough, but these are long pant overalls in a brick red color, and it's super stretchy, and I'm gonna be wearing the heck out of these. Like, throw a cute spooky t-shirt underneath, or you can put a sweater underneath, and this is the perfect fall color for any occasion. Okay, I've been saving the best for last, and this is the first official fall purchase that I made, is this adorable leaf icon glass that Anthropologie sells every single year. It is so heavy duty and thick, and I am obsessed. You have all these cute little maple leaves on there, and it is the perfect fall cup. I was honestly planning to get 2 of these until I saw this adorable little mushroom one. Look how cute this is, you guys. I feel like this is cottagecore fall. I felt like I could use this one year round and this one for fall, so I just decided to go with 2 different ones, but these are only 16 bucks a piece, so I highly recommend running over to Anthropologie as quickly as possible. Last but not least, I knew I would have to put down a very pretty penny for these shirts, but I have no regrets because Bookbabe Designs outdid herself again this year. I got this haunted library shirt last year and absolutely wore the heck out of it. It's amazing quality quality and her designs are so well thought out and so detailed. And she had another spooky drop, and I believe it is going through August at least. But the first shirt I got is this adorable ghosty forever reading shirt, and what sold me is the black cat. Do you guys see the cat that ghost is holding? That is like the cutest thing I've ever seen. But this just felt like a must. This feels like the epitome of fall to me. This shirt is the first shirt that she ever put out like a sneak peek for, which is this cozy cabin reader blue shirt. Honestly, blue on blondes I feel like looks super great, and I love the colors in this one. This one definitely says late fall, so you'll probably be seeing me wear this one a lot during the Halloween season, but once it's November I'm definitely going to be wearing this one with like a white turtleneck or something underneath. Who is ready to start decorating? Because I am fully ready now. As you can see, I did go ahead and do my bookshelf and my bats and like my TBR cart and everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and backtrack, show you some of that b-roll I got while putting this together, and then we're gonna just decorate a couple corners of my house. I don't really have a lot of surfaces to put things on, but we're definitely gonna bring out like the fall mugs, the fall music. We've got a lot of fun things planned for this week, but we're just gonna do a little bit of fall every single day this week, and hopefully that will 100% get me in the mood. Hello my spooky friends, I have a pretty good reading update for you, but before we get into that, I got a couple fun packages in the mail, fall packages specifically, which you know I'm going to share with you. The first thing I ordered is this Republic of Tea variety pack of different types of fall teas, which I've actually wanted to try every single fall, but every single fall they sell out or I just can't find it anywhere, so I decided to snag this early. We have hibiscus cranberry, hot apple cider, and pumpkin spice. This sounds delightful and this packaging is also so cute, so I'm excited to try this. And then my favorite thing that was definitely a little bit of a splurge. It was $18, which isn't terrible, but it was from World Market. I don't know how I found this, but I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot say no. It is this mushroom like fall cottagecore garland. I am freaking obsessed. These are all felt. I love the green, the orange, and the tan together. And I do have a purpose in this. I'm going to use it in a secret project later. But if you guys know me at all, I love a good like tan neutral fall vibe. Although you probably couldn't tell from my bookshelves. This is Olivia, and I will link this garland in the description below because I already know I'm gonna end up getting questions about it, but this is just so cute. I cannot stop looking at it. And very quickly, I wanted to give you guys the rundown of my reading because I may or may not have started all three of these books at once. Every single one of these books is hitting the spot, and I am so excited to talk about them with you, starting with Foxglove, which unfortunately I cannot say much about because it's the second in a series. But if you thought Belladonna was good, let me just say Foxglove is not the typical second book syndrome. This is full of mind-blowing moments already. We are getting more of Signa. We have a whole nother mystery. There's so much going on here, and I have never seen a specific romance trope, which I'm not gonna say because of spoilers. I've not seen that trope handled in the way that she's handling it. It has me on the edge of my seat. I also love Blythe so much in this book. She is just a whole different like character, kind of. I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but the atmosphere, the vibes, the high stakes, and I'm so excited to see where this goes because once this week or this vlog is over, I am picking up Wisteria immediately. The next book, which is the first one that I actually started for this readathon, is Ghost Camera, and I'm so glad I picked this one up first because I was completely unaware that this is actually a short story collection. The first story is called Ghost Camera, and then the last story is also 100 pages, so we have two 100-page like novellas, and then I think we have 4 other ones in between, which has been a really nice surprise because I don't feel bad for putting this down and picking up a second book. I actually started a note in my notes app on my phone so that I could rate each of these stories individually by the time that I'm done, and I've been jotting down thoughts and my experience for each story as I go. All of them have a pretty interesting like twist, I guess you could say, or a completely different vibe to them, but Ghost Camera, the first story I read, was the most similar to Ashburn House, so I very much enjoyed it, although I don't think it lived up to Ashburn House for me, but it was really fun. We got the typical female like best friends like we did in the other book. We had cats and all of kind of like the cozy vibes, if that makes any sense. One of the characters in this book is actually a wedding photographer, so that was extremely relatable. I honestly think the thing that I didn't love was like the romance subplot. I mean, it was very Rachel Harrison-ish, but the next two stories was Payment for the Dead and Death Birds. Payment for the Dead was very much like a classic grave robber story, but because it was so short, I just wanted more of an explanation on a certain character, so I felt like I couldn't really rate that one super high. That was around a middle of the road 3. And then we also had Death Birds, which kind of had a dystopian sci-fi feeling about these birds that just exist among people, but you can't exactly see them. They're almost like shadows, but they actually like eat people, and when you see them, and especially when you see multiple of them, that means you are close to death. So our main character works at this hospital, so of course he's seeing these creatures all the time, but what happens after that is definitely very sinister, and I liked that she could take a complete left turn on her writing and just her ideas. I don't know how someone can think up stories so vastly different, so it's really been fascinating to see her write in different ways, even though I think some of these stories are older, it's honestly been super enjoyable. I am only about 30 pages into 9 Lives and Alibis, which I can definitely tell is the 7th or 5th in the series, because we're having a lot of background explanation on every single character, and it's been really overwhelming, but also I've only been listening to this today, so I'm not very far in, but I think I'm finally grasping like how people are related to each other. But so far I'm liking the vibes. It's around Halloween time where they are planning this event. They have this guy who's a medium that's going to come stay at the inn. He's going to give ghost tours, and there are actually articles in the story that shares kind of the history of certain things that happen in this town. There's actually a woman who died basically of depression because her husband passed away, and she's supposed to like haunt the town, and it's just been really fun. I've never really had mixed media in my cozy mysteries before, so I felt like this was the perfect choice. It's also not too cheesy, which is great, and the audiobook is fairly good. So I love the vibes, but we will see if I can guess who the killer is. Well, I think that is all that I have to update you on for now, but tonight I've been waiting all week long because we are going to go frolic or walk, gallivant, I don't even know what word, through Hobby Lobby and Target in the fall sections, which I'm not exactly positive how much like fall stuff Target has out. I'm not looking for anything specific. I might actually look for more like bookmark charm making stuff, so we'll see what I can find. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to Starbucks, get ourselves a drink, and just have fun in the stores. with a little bit of an update because I know you all are dying to know what I bought last night. Like I said before I went shopping, I didn't really have anything necessarily in mind that I needed or wanted to get, but because Hobby Lobby had everything for 40% off, it's kind of hard to say no. And all the things I got, I know I will 100% use sooner rather than later, so I absolutely could not resist. So I'm here to share with you now what I got. Starting us with the essentials, we have the Mellow Cream Pumpkins, which I feel like is a fall staple, and I typically never buy candy corn. I just don't get through it very quickly, so that's why I got it early to share with friends, but also just slowly eat away at the bag. And we also have this caramel apple candy corn, which I believe I've tried before, but I actually don't remember, so I'm gonna do a little taste test with you to tell you if this is actually good or not. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Wow, that is actually really good. Yeah, had to go in for the second one just to make sure. I don't feel like you even have to necessarily like candy corn to like these because the taste is so different. First you just taste apple and then you get like a creamy caramel aftertaste. I'm definitely going to be eating through these pretty quickly. I also got these little like cupcake or muffin wrapper things. They were super cheap and they're very fallish. I make a lot of pumpkin muffins, so I felt like these were a must. I also found this adorable like brownish orange hair bow for literally like $1.50. I don't even know how, but it's got a little clip on the back. This is so pretty. I'm slowly becoming a hair bow girl because my hair is just so long. Personally, I love velvet. I think it's such a feminine touch and I'm obsessed with this color. I got this little brown leaf dish, which I guess you could somehow hang or do something with. I'm actually going to be using this for my secret collab that's coming out in October, but I could also use this for jewelry or just to store, I don't know, something on. But they had all different kinds of shapes and also colors. And because I bought candy and I don't currently own any type of candy dish, I got this little guy that's just like this little brown glass pumpkin. I thought it was so cute and it's the perfect size. One thing I've always wanted is a mushroom teacup or a mushroom mug. Every time I go on Amazon, these are completely sold out, and I found one at Hobby Lobby and I love the brown. I don't really like bright red. I saw the brown and I was like, yes. This was literally only $5, you guys. I'm going to be using this all fall long. It's so precious and I'm 100% obsessed. And my absolute favorite thing that I found, which I believe I've actually seen someone share before on Instagram, and I didn't even realize it was like a Hobby Lobby purchase. This looks like something you would find at Target with like the Joanna Gaines line, but it is this adorable little pumpkin. But it's not only a cute little pumpkin, you take off the top and it is a pumpkin candle. This is like the cutest thing ever. Like, it's decor and you can keep it maybe even like as a candy dish or something if you wash it out really well once you burn it through. Oh, it smells like autumn perfection, and I thought that was so cute. It was a little pricier. It was like $15. We're definitely going for more of like a brown theme this year, which honestly I didn't really plan, but I guess this is just my fall color this year. That's all I got from Hobby Lobby, which is just a couple cute fun things. But I also wanted to mention that I found these cute Stanley toppers on Amazon. There's a little ghost guy in here, there's a pumpkin, there's an owl, a witch hat, a bat. Like, these are so cute. I was tempted to buy an orange Stanley just to go with these, but I was like, you know what? Stanleys are so expensive, but these are absolutely adorable. Next, we have the three things that I did manage to get from Target, but I will say I was sorely disappointed. They did not have anything out really in the dollar section. They had maybe one end cap of fall candles, and the Joanna Gaines line was like super picked over, but that's okay because I did manage to find a couple more things, one of them being a brown mug. I totally did not mean to buy something else brown, but I have something specific in mind that I'm going to be using this for, and it's honestly such a great size. I feel like you could even put like soup in here. I love the ridges, it's easy to hold, and again, for $5, how could you say no? I then picked up this black, kind of just plain cropped cardigan. I surprisingly don't own a black cardigan, and with the amount of like spooky t-shirts and things that I wear here, it is always super nice to wear a t-shirt and wear layers because it is really hot here. So I can wear a t-shirt but still strip off the cardigan if I need to. And this is super soft and it's pretty long. I just love the big buttons, and yeah, this is just basically a fall staple that I was looking for. And then we have this cute black pillow. I am obsessed with this. It was definitely like one of those impulse purchases. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of like burnt orange, gray, kind of beige colors on my sectional couch, and I felt like this pop of black would make it look very autumnal and also just add another color into the mix instead of white or tan, which is most of my house. So I felt like this was a good kind of Halloween edition, but I just thought this was a really cute woven pattern and it's really well made. So I thought this was cute to have as an extra addition to my couch. So that's what I got. Just a couple fun little trinkets, nothing crazy. Sorry for like the third haul in this video, but it's fall. So I'm sure you guys want to see what I got in case you need to run to the store yourself and pick up any of these items. But now we're going to set some of this stuff out in the living room and start to make it look like fall. It might take a little while, so I'm gonna get to work because Kendall's gonna be here in a couple hours for our movie night, which I'm also so excited about. I mean, what more could you want on a Friday night? A movie night with your best friend, fall decorating, we've got some fall treats, and it's just the perfect night, even though it's 90 degrees out still. Probably gonna sweat my butt off, but let's just go ahead and get to work. because in typical Olivia fashion, I was editing and realized I did not give you any thoughts on any of these books that I read throughout the week. But before I give you a little bit of a quick review for each of them, I wanted to let you guys know that the bookmark instructions or directions on how to put those together is in my description below. I'm gonna leave a YouTube video, so if you guys ever want to make those, they're so easy and so cheap. Basically all you need is the shepherd's hook, some jump rings, beads of your choice, some string, and any charms you may want, and that's pretty much it. And I owe it all to my friend Rachel for inspiration because she's the one that kind of got me into that, and they're so quick and easy. Highly recommend making yourself some spooky bookmarks. But now for the books. I believe last time I updated you, I was halfway through all of these, and let me just say all of these I rated pretty highly, which I'm very excited about, especially because they're like my first official fall reads. Starting us off with Foxglove, which I can't really talk about much at all. I blazed through this book like I knew I would. Even though this book was amazing, there was a couple twists that took me back. There was some things that I definitely anticipated and it didn't surprise me at all. I will say I don't think I liked this quite as much as Belladonna, which is interesting and kind of surprised me because everybody talks about how much they love this one. So I don't know what I'm going to think of Wisteria. I don't know what to expect from it, but we definitely might have a different main character, and I'm still kind of mulling over my feelings about that. But this book was definitely another 5-star. If this is not on your radar to read this fall, it needs to be. There was a whole scene in here that I will just say there's like a mansion filled with spirits, so there's definitely like some spooky vibes going on, but I feel like not as spooky as the first one. We got more of like some Regency Balls Bridgerton vibes, which is totally okay with me, but it had a little bit of a different feel. Just know if you like dark gothic stories and romance and you like mystery and plot twists, like there's so much packed into this. Even for people that aren't fantasy readers, I highly recommend this. Next we have the 9 Lives and Alibis. There was so many characters and they all related to each other in a certain way where the author kind of had to just be straightforward. Like you don't get that build up of the relationships of all the characters like you probably would in the earlier books, and I just felt like I was missing something constantly, like, oh, such and such was my ex-boyfriend, or they're no longer together. Just simple things like that where I just felt confused, and this book wasn't bad by any means. It definitely had those like spooky vibes, but also like those Gilmore Girl cozy small town vibes as well. This is definitely everything you want in a fall cozy mystery, although I feel like I have read better ones. Like there was fall vibes, but not as many as I thought there would be. I don't know. I have conflicting feelings about this. I want to rate it a 3 just because it was okay, but also I don't read cozy mysteries a lot, and so I don't know. I just feel conflicted about this one, but if I had to rate it, I'd probably rate like a 3.5, but I would definitely start from the beginning. I was just a little bit confused throughout this whole story, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I only listened to it on audio and I typically tandem read with a physical book, so my attention span was not very long or well with this one. Then we have Ghost Camera, which was a huge win for me. This last story in here turned out to actually be my favorite. It's called A Box of Tapes, about this woman who finds a shoebox of VHS tapes in her little daughter's closet. So a whole bunch of crazy things happens. There's a mystery about this woman. I definitely would say it was the most gory and the most creepy, but I loved it. I was fully submersed. It was way more reminiscent of Ashburn House, which is what I really liked. I would really recommend if you're looking for a short story collection this fall, let it be this one, because I was not bored at all with any of the stories. Well, thank you all for watching and hanging out with me this week. This is the first official week of fall. As I'm filming this, it's still 90 degrees at the end of August, but I really just could not wait to dive into fall. I hope you enjoyed watching me decorate my office, read some books, bake. We just did all of the fun, cozy things this week, and it has brought me so much joy. So if you've been waiting for a sign to finally dive into fall or your fall TBR, let this video be that sign. I cannot wait to share with you guys all of the upcoming fall content I have planned. This is just the beginning, and if you're new here, I hope you stick around. Thank you for supporting my channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one.